Ladies and gentlemen, there is a secret that separates those who merely exist from those who truly succeed. It is not intelligence alone that defines greatness, nor is it luck that carves the path to riches. The world has seen countless brilliant minds fail and watched as ordinary individuals rose to the highest peaks of success. The difference lies in what smart people do. They begin with a clear vision, a purpose so strong that no obstacle can shake it. They do not wait for the perfect opportunity, they create it. They understand that success is not a matter of chance, but a matter of choice, an unwavering decision to act, to persist, to refuse defeat. Smart people guard their thoughts as a king protects his kingdom. They know that what the mind conceives and believes it can achieve. They fill their minds with ideas of wealth, power, and accomplishment, shutting the door to fear, doubt, and hesitation. The greatest battles are not fought in the world, but within the mind, and those who conquer their own doubts have already won. They surround themselves with individuals who uplift and inspire, for they understand that no man succeeds alone. They seek the wisdom of those who have walked the path before them and learn from their victories and mistakes. They reject negativity, refusing to entertain the company of those who speak of failure and impossibility. Smart people take action. They do not merely dream, they move forward. They do not wait for conditions to be perfect, because they know perfection is an illusion. Every step, every effort, no matter how small, brings them closer to their ultimate goal. They persist where others quit. They rise where others fall. They refuse to accept failure as the end. They turn obstacles into stepping stones. They understand that adversity is not a signal to stop, but a test of their determination. Every setback holds within it the seed of an even greater opportunity. Instead of lamenting their struggles, they ask, what lesson does this hold? How can I use this to grow? Smart people control their emotions. They do not allow fear or frustration to dictate their actions. They channel their energy into productive efforts, knowing that the ability to remain calm and focused in the face of challenges is what sets champions apart. They master the power of persistence. The greatest successes in history did not come from those who had it easy, but from those who refused to give up. When the path seemed blocked, they found another way. When doors closed, they built their own. They did not stop at failure, for they knew failure was only a lesson, a stepping stone to something greater. The world does not reward intelligence alone. It rewards those who dare to act, who refuse to settle, who commit themselves to their dreams with a burning desire that nothing can extinguish. Success is not reserved for the lucky or the privileged. It belongs to those who claim it with unwavering belief and relentless effort. Success is never a matter of luck, nor is it reserved for a select few. It is and always has been a matter of choice. The people who rise above mediocrity and achieve greatness are not necessarily the smartest, the most talented, or the most privileged. They are simply the ones who make the firm decision to succeed and back that decision with relentless action. They do not wait for the perfect time, nor do they rely on external circumstances to determine their future. Instead, they recognize that success is something they must claim for themselves. Every great achievement begins with a thought, a vision, and a burning desire. But desire alone is not enough. Many dream of wealth, power, and influence, yet only a few ever attain it. The difference lies in what they do with that desire. The unsuccessful wish for success but remain passive, waiting for a miracle. The successful, on the other hand, transform their desires into definite plans and commit themselves to taking action, no matter how difficult the journey may seem. Smart people understand that action is the bridge between ideas and achievement. They do not waste time doubting or hesitating. They know that waiting for the right moment is a trap, because perfection does not exist. They begin where they are with what they have, and they make progress each day. Every great empire, every towering success started with a single step. Those who succeed are the ones who take that step and continue moving forward, regardless of fear or uncertainty. Failure is not an obstacle to them, but a stepping stone. They do not view setbacks as signs to stop, but as lessons that refine their approach. They understand that every mistake contains valuable wisdom, and instead of being discouraged, they analyze what went wrong, adjust their strategy, and keep going. The only true failure is quitting. As long as they persist, they remain on the path to success. Excuses have no place in the minds of those who choose success. While others complain about a lack of resources, connections, or advantages, the truly successful find ways to make things work. They do not blame circumstances. They take full responsibility for their lives. They know that if they are not where they want to be, it is up to them to change it. Time is the most valuable asset, and successful individuals guard it fiercely. They do not waste it on distractions, unimportant tasks, or people who drain their energy. They set priorities, focus on what truly matters, and ensure that every moment is spent moving toward their goals. They recognize that each day offers only a limited number of hours, and how they use those hours determines their future. The power of commitment separates the truly successful from those who merely wish for success. Commitment means staying true to one's goals, even when the initial excitement fades. It means working when motivation is low, when obstacles arise, and when everything seems to be against them. Most people give up when challenges appear, but the truly successful remain steadfast, knowing that perseverance is the price of greatness. Surrounding oneself with the right people is another key choice that smart individuals make. They do not allow themselves to be influenced by negativity, doubt, or mediocrity. Instead, they seek out those who inspire, challenge, and push them to grow. They understand that the company they keep shapes their mindset, and they carefully choose relationships that align with their ambitions. Belief is the foundation of all achievement. Without belief, action becomes weak and dreams remain unfulfilled. Successful individuals develop unshakable confidence in their ability to succeed. They do not allow fear or doubt to dictate their actions. They train their minds to focus on possibilities rather than limitations, and in doing so, they turn even the most impossible goals into reality. No one is born successful. Success is a product of daily decisions, disciplined actions, and a refusal to accept anything less than what one is truly capable of achieving. The world rewards those who take control of their destiny, those who refuse to wait for permission, and those who step forward with courage, determination, and an unbreakable will. The greatest battles are not fought in the outside world, but within the mind. Every success story begins with a person who has mastered their thoughts, controlled their emotions, and built an environment that fuels growth. Those who rise above mediocrity understand that the mind is both the foundation and the driving force behind all achievement. They guard it fiercely, feeding it only with ideas that empower, inspire, and push them toward their goals. Thoughts are the architects of destiny. Whatever dominates the mind eventually manifests in reality. Those who dwell on failure, limitation, and fear attract those very conditions into their lives. On the other hand, those who fill their minds with belief, confidence, and unshakable faith in their abilities create the conditions for success. The human mind is like fertile soil. Whatever is planted in it, whether positive or negative, will grow. The smart people deliberately plant the seeds of success, weeding out doubt and negativity before they take root. Mental discipline is essential. Weak minds are easily swayed by external circumstances, but strong minds remain focused and determined no matter what happens. The truly successful refuse to be controlled by temporary emotions. They do not allow fear to stop them, frustration to slow them, or discouragement to defeat them. Instead, they recognize emotions for what they are: temporary states of mind that can be controlled and redirected toward productive action. Negative influences are a silent killer of success. Just as a healthy body cannot thrive in a toxic environment, a strong mind cannot grow when surrounded by doubt, negativity, and mediocrity. Smart individuals carefully choose the voices they allow into their lives. They refuse to spend time with people who complain, make excuses, or live in a constant state of failure. Instead, they seek out those who challenge them, inspire them, and push them to become better. They understand that success is contagious, and by surrounding themselves with winners, they inevitably rise to higher levels. Controlling the mind also means mastering self-talk. Every person has an inner voice, and for many, that voice is their greatest enemy. It whispers doubts, reminds them of past failures, and fills their mind with fear of the future. Those who achieve greatness take control of this voice and train it to work in their favor. They replace thoughts of doubt with affirmations of strength. They silence fears with declarations of confidence. They speak to themselves as they would to a close friend, offering encouragement, motivation, and belief in their ability to succeed. The power of visualization is one of the greatest tools of the mind. Every great achiever has first seen their success in their imagination before it became reality. The mind cannot distinguish between what is real and what is vividly imagined, which is why successful individuals spend time every day picturing their goals as already achieved. They see themselves winning, succeeding, and living the life they desire. This mental rehearsal conditions the subconscious to take the necessary actions to turn those visions into reality. Emotion, when controlled and directed, is one of the most powerful forces behind success. Many people allow emotions to control them, reacting impulsively and making poor decisions based on fear, anger, or frustration. The truly successful, however, harness their emotions and use them as fuel. Instead of allowing fear to paralyze them, they use it as a signal to prepare more. Instead of letting failure discourage them, they turn it into motivation to work harder. Instead of becoming overwhelmed by setbacks, they use them as lessons that refine their strategy. The mind thrives on repetition. Whatever is repeatedly thought about, spoken, or focused on becomes deeply ingrained in the subconscious. Smart people deliberately shape their thinking by consistently feeding their minds with empowering messages. They read books that inspire them, listen to speeches that motivate them, and engage in conversations that challenge them to grow. They understand that just as the body needs healthy food to function at its best, the mind needs positive input to operate at its highest level. The truly successful train themselves to focus on solutions rather than problems. Average minds dwell on obstacles, complaining about what is wrong and why success is impossible. Strong minds, however, immediately shift their attention to possibilities. When faced with difficulties, they do not waste time worrying. Instead, they ask what can be done. They train their minds to think in terms of action, solutions, and opportunities rather than barriers. Building a strong mind requires discipline, consistency, and an unwavering commitment to growth. It means taking control of every thought, eliminating negativity, choosing the right influences, and focusing relentlessly on success. It is not enough to simply want success. One must prepare the mind for it, strengthen it against doubt, and train it to see opportunities where others see failure. Those who master their minds master their destinies. Every obstacle holds within it an opportunity for growth, learning, and advancement. The difference between those who succeed and those who fail is not the absence of difficulties, but the way they respond to them. Where one person sees an impossible barrier, another sees a challenge to be overcome. Smart individuals understand that obstacles are not meant to stop them, but to test their determination, refine their skills, and prepare them for the greater success that lies ahead. When faced with adversity, most people retreat. They complain, blame circumstances, or decide that success is out of reach. They view setbacks as permanent and failures as proof that they are not capable. The truly successful, however, take a different approach. They see every obstacle as a temporary challenge, something to be studied, understood, and ultimately conquered. They know that success is not about avoiding difficulties, but about using them as stepping stones to something greater. One of the greatest strengths of successful individuals is their ability to remain calm and focused in the face of difficulties. When most people panic, they strategize. When others give up, they persist. They understand that the most difficult moments often contain the seeds of the greatest breakthroughs. History has shown time and time again that the most remarkable successes often come right after the hardest struggles. Those who refuse to quit, who push through the darkest moments, emerge stronger and more capable than before. Perspective is everything. Smart people train their minds to see challenges not as barriers, but as opportunities to grow. Instead of asking, why is this happening to me, they ask, what can I learn from this? Instead of dwelling on what went wrong, they focus on what can be done next. This shift in mindset allows them to stay in control, take decisive action, and move forward, even when the path is uncertain. Failure is not the end of the road. It is a lesson in disguise. Every great success story is filled with failures, setbacks, and mistakes. The only difference between those who succeed and those who do not is how they respond. The weak allow failure to define them, while the strong use it as fuel to keep going. They analyze what went wrong, adjust their approach, and try again with more wisdom and experience. Each failure makes them better, sharper, and more prepared for the success that awaits. Opportunities often come disguised as difficulties. Some of the most successful people in history found their greatest breakthroughs during times of crisis. When industries collapse, new markets emerge. When challenges arise, solutions are waiting to be discovered. The people who recognize this do not run from problems, they run toward them. They understand that within every difficulty lies the potential for innovation, reinvention, and growth. Resilience is a defining trait of those who turn obstacles into opportunities. They do not allow temporary defeats to discourage them. They understand that success is not about never falling, but about always getting back up. They develop the ability to bounce back quickly, adapting to changing circumstances and finding new ways to move forward. This ability to recover from setbacks gives them a powerful advantage over those who allow failure to hold them back. Smart people also recognize that obstacles are often signals for personal growth. Challenges reveal weaknesses that must be strengthened, skills that must be developed, and lessons that must be learned. Instead of seeing difficulties as punishments, they see them as training grounds. They embrace the process, knowing that every challenge they overcome makes them stronger, wiser, and more capable. Resourcefulness is another trait that allows successful individuals to transform obstacles into opportunities. When faced with a problem, they do not complain about a lack of resources. They find a way to make things work. They think creatively, adapt quickly, and use whatever is available to them to move forward. This mindset of adaptability ensures that no obstacle is too great to overcome. Instead of fearing uncertainty, they embrace it. They know that the road to success is never straight, and unexpected challenges will always arise. Rather than resisting change, they welcome it as a necessary part of growth. They remain flexible, adjusting their strategies when needed and staying open to new possibilities. This ability to adapt ensures that they are never stuck, no matter what challenges they face. The world is filled with individuals who stop just short of success because they allowed obstacles to defeat them. But those who achieve greatness are the ones who refuse to be stopped. They understand that every challenge is a chance to prove their strength, develop new skills, and move one step closer to their ultimate goal. They do not see obstacles as roadblocks, but as the very things that shape them into the kind of person who deserves success. Success is not a mystery, nor is it reserved for a select few. It is the result of deliberate choices, disciplined thinking, and an unwavering commitment to moving forward despite challenges. Those who achieve greatness understand that intelligence alone does not guarantee success. What matters is how they think, how they act, and how they respond to adversity. They take control of their lives by making the conscious decision to pursue their goals with relentless determination, knowing that nothing of value comes without effort. Everything begins in the mind. The thoughts one allows to dominate will shape the reality they experience. Those who fill their minds with doubt, fear, and limitations will find themselves trapped by those very things. On the other hand, those who cultivate belief, confidence, and a vision of success will inevitably move toward it. The mind is the most powerful tool for either achieving greatness or remaining stuck in mediocrity. Smart people protect their thoughts, feeding them with inspiration, surrounding themselves with positive influences, and rejecting any idea that weakens their resolve. The road to success is never smooth. Obstacles will appear, setbacks will happen, and failure is inevitable. But failure is not an endpoint, it is a lesson, a redirection, a test of how badly one truly wants success. Those who achieve extraordinary results are not those who never fail, but those who refuse to be defined by failure. They study their mistakes, adjust their approach, and persist with even greater determination. They do not waste time blaming circumstances or complaining about what they lack. Instead, they take responsibility for their future, knowing that every problem carries within it an opportunity to grow stronger, wiser, and better prepared. Action is the difference between success and wishful thinking. The world is full of people with dreams, ideas, and ambitions, yet only a few ever turn them into reality. The ones who succeed are those who take bold action despite uncertainty, who move forward even when the path is unclear. They do not wait for permission, for perfect conditions, or for someone else to make the first move. They take responsibility for their own progress, pushing forward with faith in their ability to figure things out along the way. Challenges are not meant to stop progress, but to refine and strengthen the individual. Every obstacle is a chance to develop resilience, problem-solving skills, and a deeper understanding of what it truly takes to succeed. The people who embrace these challenges, rather than running from them, are the ones who rise above mediocrity. They understand that setbacks are not signals to quit, but stepping stones leading to even greater victories. Success belongs to those who make the choice to claim it. It is not about having perfect conditions, endless resources, or superior intelligence. It is about the willingness to act, to persist, and to refuse to accept anything less than the best life has to offer. The world does not reward potential, it rewards action, determination, and the ability to keep moving forward no matter what stands in the way.